Hello, my name is Tyler Pierce. I'm going to be starting this presentation today. We're going to look at the Toyota Motor Corporation, just trying to get a clearer picture of where the company stands right now and where it's headed. So the presentation is broken up into three different sections. So we're going to start with a quick executive summary. That way we're able to get a big idea, big picture of Toyota. And then we're going to get into the analytical framework, what it tells us, which takes up a majority of the presentation. And then lastly, we'll get into a main strategic issue that Toyota faces right now and a few realistic solutions before wrapping it up with what this all means going forward. So jumping into the executive summary, Toyota, as many people know, is a global automotive company. They design, manufacture, and sell cars, trucks, SUVs, along with hybrid and emerging electric vehicles, which is a really big part of this presentation because of the continuous growth and honestly the new age of electric vehicles. They are headquartered in Toyota City, Japan. They operate on a global scale with manufacturing plants, research centers, sales networks in major regions all over the world. Very broad company. They continue to perform strongly due to its reputation for reliability, its leadership in hybrid technology, and its efficient production system. Even as even as it adapts to increasing pressure towards electric vehicles and evolving market expectations. So jumping into the analytical framework, well, firstly we're going to look at the external environment for Toyota. So they operate under very different regulations across global markets since they are such a huge company. This includes safety expectations here in the U.S., strong emissions and electric vehicle requirements in Europe, and China's rule that foreign automakers must partner with local firms. Down below, we can kind of see a trend between these three major global markets. As you can see, American buyers are more lenient towards trucks and SUVs. Our European consumers more prefer the hybrids and the electric vehicles. And then Japanese customers favor small, compact vehicles. Toyota focused on a lean production and Kaizen. And Kaizen is really interesting. I had no idea what it was before this project. But Kaizen is just a philosophy. It's a Japanese business philosophy centered on continuous improvement across all levels of an organization. So this naturally fits with Japanese culture values, and it only strengthens the company's internal consistency and global operations.
For analytical framework, we found that the key challenges and Toyota's responses are as follows. For key challenges, we found that Toyota is under a lot of pressure to shift faster into full EVs as global competitors accelerate their electric lineups. And that another challenge is that there's a lot of supply chain disruptions, specifically in like a shortage of batteries and semiconductor chips. And this has created a lot of bottlenecks in production, making it harder for them to meet quotas. And their response to these two challenges has been, first off, they've increased a lot of their investment in electric vehicle development, while still making sure to improve the hybrid models that they already offer and to maintain their traditional strengths. And then for the supply chain issues, they've focused a lot on building more resilient supply chains, including expanding battery production partnerships and securing critical materials. Then for the analytical framework for their internal strengths and capabilities, we found that Toyota's biggest internal strength is the Toyota Production System, which focuses on reducing their waste, improving their factories' efficiency, and making sure the workflow is smooth across all of its factories around the world. Their company's culture of continuous improvement, known as Kaizen, helps it adapt quickly and refine their processes over time, rather than relying on major overhauls like a lot of other car brands and a lot of their competitors tend to do. They've also built a strong reputation for producing reliable and long-lasting vehicles, which strengthens customers' trust and supports steady global demand. And lastly, its early move into hybrid technology, especially with the Prius, which they started in the late 90s, gave Toyota a long-term experience with fuel-efficient systems, and most of their competitors only fairly recently started to work on, so Toyota's had the upper hand in that department.
Analytical Framework (VRIO) and Strategy Summary. The Toyota production system gives Toyota a lasting advantage because it is valuable, rare, and difficult to copy, and fully embedded in the company. Toyota's brand reputation and hybrid experience reinforces its competitive position, even as rivals explain their EV offerings. Its transitional strategy helps Toyota stay globally efficient while still customizing vehicles to meet regional preferences. Strategic issue for Toyota. One major issue Toyota faces is the tension between its long-term hybrid strategy and the global shift towards fully electric vehicles. For years, Toyota focused on perfecting hybrid technology rather than committing early to all-electric models. While hybrid remains successful, the rapid acceleration of the EV market led by Chinese and American competitors has created pressure for Toyota to adjust more quickly. This gap between Toyota's technological focus and global regulatory trends exposed the company to several risks: falling behind in EV innovation, losing market share in Europe and China, and facing criticism that its sustainability strategy lags behind industry expectations. As governments tighten EV mandates and competitors scale up battery production, Toyota must decide how aggressively to pivot towards full electrification without abandoning the hybrid advantage that helped build its reputation.
Recommended solutions for Toyota. Increase EV production capacity in key regions. Toyota could build or expand EV-focused plants in North America, Europe, and East Asia to serve growing local demand. This helps reduce shipping costs, navigate trade barriers, and meet regional EV regulations more efficiently. Communicate a clear long-term EV vision. Toyota should present a more unified public plan for its zero-emission future. A clearer roadmap would reassure investors, consumers, and regulators that the company is committed to competing in the EV market and not lagging behind it. Looking ahead for Toyota. The global automobile market is changing fast, especially with the rise of EVs and new competitors. Toyota's ability to adapt through innovation, improvise supply chains, and market-specific strategies will determine how strong its position remains over the next decade. With thoughtful adjustments, Toyota can preserve its strengths while competing more aggressively in the next generation of automotive technology.